Are you a professional pillow fighter? Or a 9-to-5 low-cost time travel agent? Or maybe real estate sales on Mars is your profession? It doesn't matter. Whatever it is you do, however complex or intricate, Monday.com can help you organize, orchestrate, and make it more efficient. Monday.com is the one centralized platform for everything work-related. And with Monday.com, work is just easier. Monday.com, for whatever you run. Go to Monday.com to learn more.
Well, I don't see the point in waiting any longer. So let's bring her out. The star attraction, the one you came to see. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Miss Judy Gold.
Welcome, everybody, to Kill Me Now.
Oh, my gosh, we're starting?
With Judy Gold. Oh, Judy. Unfortunately, Judy is running late. It's really, really unlike her.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
And
so unlike her to be late.
You know?
I know.
And so we'll just have to start now because we have a hard out in about an hour.
Is she always late?
I don't know what you're talking about. You don't talk about my boss like that.
Poor
and I don't appreciate
she's
you
very
spreading
busy.
these dirty rumors.
She's very busy. She is very busy.
Henriette Mantel, everybody.
Thank you. I'm so glad to be here. I hope Judy does show up. I mean, that would be fun, but she texted me and said she's in the subway.
Oh, the subway.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think she was getting a sandwich in the subway, actually. No, just kidding. All right.
I enjoy cornball humor here on Kill Me Now.
Well, that's what we have.
Well, tell me, Henriette.
Will she just blow in and put on the phones, and she won't have to yell at us for starting without her, will she?
She'll probably do you want to bet?
Yeah.
Okay.
$1.
$5?
Okay,
$1.
I can go $5. No, I can go $5.
$5 she does.
She yells at us for starting already?
Yeah. Or do you already think that?
No, I already think that. I think she's going to yell at us. So you'd have to go against it and say she's not going to. I kind of hope she does.
I can promise you that she will.
She will. Because it'll set a certain vibe. And then who knows if this part will even ever get on the air. This isn't live, is it?
Be her Kill Me Now. Is it, though?
Is it live?
I don't know.
No,
Are we always live?
It's not live.
No, it's not.
Oh, so
it's
she
really
could just
not.
cut us out.
I would have warned you.
Oh.
Well, the funny thing about that, Henriette, is I edit the show. So.
Oh, hello. Wow, that's
We're
good.
not going anywhere.
That's good to know. What do you edit it on?
I use SoundForge, and sometimes I use Audacity, but mostly SoundForge.
Now, when can I expect this to be on the air?
You can expect this to be on the air. Well, if you're hearing this, we're speaking in the past.
Oh, right.
Which is probably also the present in
Right.
another dimension. We don't know.
Exactly.
And I love you. And let's see. Today is Thursday the 28th that we're recording this. This will be out.
We can always edit out
3
this
weeks.
Part. Oh, 3. Okay, because
3 weeks in the future.
Okay, all right, we can do that.
Three or four.
Oh,
depending
or 4.
on whether.
Oh boy, my voice might change by then.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Are you transitioning?
Yeah, I'm transitioning from a Bruce Springsteen fan to a regular person.
Oh.
And I saw Bruce last night, so my voice is very deep. Okay.
Wonderful. How was it?
Oh, well, I'd like to wait for her to talk about it.
Right.
I mean, we can talk about it. You know, I love him.
Do you? I love Bruce
God,
Springsteen too.
I love him.
If you got the chance to make out with him,
no. I have a good Bruce story, but I should probably wait for Judy. I feel like we're
you
going
should wait
without
for
her.
Judy.
Should
Absolutely,
we?
We're not going
Okay.
on without her. We're going
Okay.
on despite her unfortunate predicament.
It's unbelievable, isn't it? That
I
she's
would
late?
never
She's always late.
Go on without.
She wrote me a text. I'm going to. Don't be late. We only have an hour. Don't be late. She threatened me, and so here I am. I'm like 7 minutes early.
Yeah, I know, and I appreciate that.
Has she texted you today?
Several times.
Oh, she's in the subway still? Is she out?
No, she's here. She's coming up.
Oh, good.
So don't worry, everybody. You don't have to deal with me for too much longer.
Oh, that's okay. You're a good host.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Henriette, we had a moment.
When?
First of all, I'm a big fan of yours.
Oh, thank you.
Are you scared now that you're in a room alone with me?
No.
Okay, great.
I've been in a room alone with a lot crazier people than you.
Oh, good. Good to know. Okay. You have genius comic timing.
Oh,
And I bet you are a fantastic dramatic actor.
Yes, I am very good. But I'll tell you, I've been in a little bit of a slump. I could use an acting gig.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Someone hire this woman. I want to hire
know.
you for something.
I agree. How many listeners do you have average?
It's hard to measure the amount of listeners. It's easier to measure the amount of downloads.
Oh.
Yeah, so we've got like a fair amount of downloads.
Oh,
but if
good.
everyone tell your friends about Kill Me Now. If you have subscribed on iTunes, but you don't, you have. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Well, one thing I just learned actually about iTunes is if you don't listen to the show through, then even after you've subscribed for a while, it unsubscribes you after like a month or so of not listening.
Oh, wow.
So if you don't usually listen to the show through iTunes, if you don't mind going and checking on and just subscribing again, it really does helps us put us up in the ranks in iTunes and get recognized by people, and throw us a 5-star rating. That'd be great.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, not to take
I
away
didn't
from you.
do
You look
that,
really
but
beautiful
okay.
today.
Well,
Red.
thank you.
Red is a great color for you.
Thank you.
You're a fall color.
You're just full of compliments today.
Oh, you're a comic. I forgot.
Yeah, exactly.
You hate
Can't
yourself.
take it.
All right.
Can't
okay.
take it.
All right. You know what? You're not as great as I'm saying. I'm just
good. I
I'm
feel
blowing
much
smoke.
better with
Okay.
rejection.
Good. Me too.
So I wondered who this guy, the Taz Show, is. We're in this room, and everything is about wrestling masks.
Oh
and
yeah,
the New York
he's
Jets
another
and
show here at
the
Play.it.
Nets.
Yeah,
and the
he's
Yankees. It's
very
all sports.
masculine.
Yeah, it's all sports.
I'm gonna let her in. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Go ahead
Now
and
I
talk
can.
to the audience.
So I'd like to do a poem that I memorized when I was a kid that was on a gravestone, and I'll do it for you now. Behold, my friends, as you pass by, so you are now, so once was I. So I am now, so you must be. Prepare for death and follow me. What you art now reading over my bones, I've often read on other stones, and soon you shall read of thee. What thou art now reading of me. I just recited a poem.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, I just recited a poem when you guys were out of the room. Hope it gets on.
It's not getting on.
Oh, great, thank you.
Hannah!
She's so sweet.
It'll get on.
God. Oh, good. It was a good poem. It's about a graveyard. It's something I memorized off a gravestone when I was a kid.
Really?
Yeah. You want to
You
hear
didn't
it?
start recording, did you?
Of course we did.
Did
Judy.
you not use this though?
No, it's not.
What,
It's not
Judith?
against you. It's in lieu. We were waiting for you.
Yeah.
It's my.
You told
fucking-
me
It
not
is
to
your
be
show.
late.
How-
You told me not
I know,
to be late.
but I can't help that there was an earthquake
Oh,
and
baloney.
smoke on
I don't
40
believe that.
Didn't
There was no
I?
earthquake.
What?
I never.
15 minutes
there was no
for the
earthquake.
number fucking 2.
There was no
15.
Judith.
Are you
Judith.
kidding?
Judith.
Wait, these are two separate issues.
Judith.
Do you
There
think
was
I
no
would
earthquake.
ever try to claim this as my podcast?
Yes.
Yes.
I think you should after the way you just interviewed me.
Look,
Absolutely.
you fucking interviewed her?
No,
I confirm reports of an
I was
earthquake
hitting on
in New
her.
York City, New Jersey area. No earthquake identified by the Geological Survey. No reports of damage. They're going to send more. So fuck you. The train was so fucking late. And then Elisa told me that her computer was shaking and she didn't know why. And I was like, probably because of the
All right.
shit
Well,
you
since
were
I'm
in
here
there.
to be interviewed, let's talk about
Hey!
me. That's great.
Back to you, Henriette.
Back to me.
Here
Judy.
we are. So welcome
Welcome, host.
to Kill Me Now with Judy Gold.
That's right.
Hosted by Judy Gold. Created by Judy Gold. And
Featuring and starring Judy Gold.
starring Judy Gold.
Financed by Judy Gold.
Financed by Judy Gold.
Written by Judy
not
Gold.
really. CBS doesn't finance it, do they?
Do they?
Lauren chips in. Lauren chips in.
oh, okay.
He does a lot of crap, you know, for me.
All right. Okay.
I do my best. I do my best.
But yeah, and Lauren is my co-host. But here's the deal.
Oh, well. Excuse me.
I'm honored.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, that I'm here.
You're right.
She
now,
asked.
now, you have to call
you're
her
not
he. He, remember?
Oh, sorry. Oh my God, I'm sorry.
I'm pretty. It's
I'm
okay.
sorry. I'm
it's
sorry.
okay. I get it.
Yeah. She asked me if I was transitioning, and I said that yes, I'm transitioning from being a Bruce Springsteen fan last night to being a normal person today. That's why my voice
I know
is so
you
deep.
are.
I screamed.
You are. All right. First of all, I'm a Bruce Springsteen fan, but you're like a fanatic.
I am. I admit it. Yes.
And I love him. And
love him.
I'm from New Jersey.
Oh,
and
big
he,
deal.
And he played at Rutgers.
Oh, isn't that sweet?
And I've always grew up with him. And we go to Asbury Park, but you know, I didn't go to the concert last night.
I've seen him over 150 times.
I'm gonna say
Yeah.
you are a fucking Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah, I'm a fan. So she wanted a Bruce story, so I just have one.
He.
God,
I know, but don't worry about
Edit
it.
it out. Will you write a piece of paper?
He's got to deal with this shit. He's got to deal with the fact that
We are all transitioning together.
Get a flat top haircut or something.
Yeah.
A flat top? Wouldn't that make me look really lesbianic?
No, then you'd look like a guy if you had a flat top.
I would just look like a butch lesbian.
We're here with Henriette Mantel.
Well, if you're a lesbian, you're a she. You got to get it straight, too.
Let me just tell you about the earthquake.
Trust
Go
me,
ahead.
I know.
Okay, so no, it's not an important story. Forget it. I don't care.
Tell me.
Oh, all right. Well, I used to do this benefit every year at the Irish American Center in Los Angeles. And Danny Federici was in it with us. And he used to, of course, play the keyboard for Bruce. And he grew up with Bruce. And I used to tell him what a Bruce fan I was every year. Oh my God, I love Bruce. I love Bruce. I love Bruce. I told him every concert I had been to. We talked about every song. And he said, well, you should come backstage and meet him next time. And I go,
No fucking way.
I go, I don't want to. And he said, why not? And I said, because I want to have one artist that's on a pedestal that I think is perfect. If I meet him, I'll see him looking at some girl's ass crooked and I will get upset.
You know,
I do not want to meet him. He is my idol, my God. I don't want to meet him.
You know what?
Danny
I feel like that about people too.
I don't. Yeah, me too. I feel that way about you, really, until I met you and got to know you. So let me finish the story. So next year I see Danny. I said, hi. He goes, I told Bruce your story. I go, you did not. I said, what did he say? He goes, I wish I had more fans like that. So there you go. There's
Well, he might, though, because those aren't
you don't
the fans
know.
that
Exactly.
tell him.
Exactly.
Like, I never wanted to meet Barbra Streisand, but then I did meet her.
Oh, my God.
But then I didn't want to meet her for a long time. And then I didn't care because I thought she went crazy with the... You know, she was getting a little.
Well, she's Mrs.
crazy.
Brolin now, right?
Right. So, but I did meet her.
The white
and she was very
microphone
nice.
on Oprah.
You know, it was when she was on Rosie, we had to redo the whole set and everything.
Oh my Lord!
She has
so
OCD.
she has you can only look one side of her face and this and that.
Well, she's no Bruce Springsteen.
No, they're not similar
at all. Right. He is of the people.
But I wouldn't want to meet I'd like to meet Martin Luther King Jr. But
no, you don't want to meet him.
Why?
No, you don't. Oh, Junior. I thought you meant the third.
No, he's out of his fucking mind.
Oh, okay.
But I don't want him. I don't want to hear him well, I don't want having a mistress or something. You know, I don't know.
I know.
You
No,
what
I know.
mean?
They have flaws. These famous people have flaws. So we're not going to meet Bruce. We're just going to listen to him for the rest of our life.
Yeah. Valentine's Day is just days away. Take the guesswork out of it. Pro Flowers.
They're really nice. They're really, really nice.
For $29.99. Pro Flowers. Okay, proflowers.com. Click the blue microphone in the top right hand to put in Kill Me Now. And if you do that, Pro Flowers is offering our listeners, your listeners, a dozen red roses plus a free glass vase and chocolates for under $30. Or really do it right and upgrade to a romantic long stem roses with a premium vase and chocolates and a spa kit for less than $10 more, $9.99. So just go to proflowers.com, use code KILLMENOW at the top right hand of the screen, the blue microphone, and do not wait until the weekend. Send them this week. Send them to your coworkers. It's quick. It's easy. They take care of everything for you. There's no way you can go wrong with this deal.
The other thing is they're they don't put them in the vase. They send the vase. They send the flowers. Everything's wrapped perfectly, so it's not.
It's
you know,
beautiful.
sometimes you get deliveries and they're all over the place. You're like, ugh, it was
great.
great.
The stems come in this little fresh pack. It's all
I know.
Soil and water and stuff.
And if
they
you're
really take a lot of care. This is a really inexpensive way for you to show someone you care, or just for shits and giggles, send it to the office. If you're anti-Valentine's Day, or if you're feeling bad for yourself, send them to yourself.
Don't forget, don't let it hang. Do it now. Proflowers.com. I got them for my parents in Hawaii. I got them for you, boss. I got them for my wife. You really could just do this in a matter of minutes and be done with it. And everyone who hates Valentine's Day will secretly be like, oh, tee-hee, they send me flowers. Nobody hates giving flowers. That's ridiculous.
Okay, and I'm going to tell you something else. You send flowers like this, you are getting laid.
Is that a threat?
No, not you. you're never getting laid.
Okay.
The general public. So go on Pro Flowers and go to the microphone in the top corner and write "Kill Me Now."
They're going to have to lay you after this.
So the ones I got, I'm going to just give to Elisa right now, and maybe we'll have a romantic evening.
Oh, let me know how it goes.
No. All right.
All right. Think about it.
Yeah.
Would have loved to
love
have met Jacqueline Onassis.
Really?
Yeah, I love her.
Does everyone you want to meet
dead?
They are.
I don't want to meet
funny.
them. I wouldn't mind like working with John Lennon though.
Right. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
I don't think I could talk in front of him.
Except for what about Yoko?
I know.
Yikes. All right.
Look, they all can have terrific taste.
All right, you're right.
Henriette Mantel is here. And let me tell you a little bit about Henriette.
Oh, boy.
She grew up in Newfane, Vermont. You know what? You were the one I was like, I don't really have to do. But I wanted to do research because I've known Henriette since.
Tell the story.
We're going to tell the story. Henriette and I met, I had to be like 23, 20.
It was like almost 30 years ago.
30 years ago.
Oh,
so
ouch,
I
Jesus.
was 23 years old. And we were both doing stand-up in New York. Mm-hmm. And there was a place called Comedy U Grand on 55 Grand Street in Soho. And when you called up to get it would always be, hi, we're welcome to Comedy U Grand at 55 Grand Street. Blah, blah, blah. And Thursday nights, it was run by Bert and Paul. Paul makes pornos.
He does not.
That's what I heard.
Is Susie Essman in them?
No!
Because he always thought she was so spectacular.
Oh, he was in love with Susie Essman, yeah.
So I thought maybe he'd give her a job doing that. Okay.
All right, so Bert, where is Bert?
I don't know. I don't know.
If you are listening, if you could just email me or go to my web, something, because I want you. What was Bert's last name?
Don't remember.
Okay.
He was just always Bert to me until Mike Sweeney imitated him, and then he was the very funny Bert.
Right. So Thursday nights at Comedy U Grand on 55 Grand Street in Soho.
Oh, boy.
They had
Ladies night.
It was female comic night. And this is 85, 86.
Remember Reno?
Cool.
Reno, yeah.
She was a star.
Yeah. And they would remember the booth. So you'd walk in, you'd go to the booth, and you'd see what number you were, on the lineup. I liked to MC because then I could get more stage time because I was a stage hog. And then, and Michael Chiklis
he's the bartender. That's right. I ran into him many years later,
and still the loveliest man in the world. Michael, I'd love you to come on the podcast.
I always remember him.
He was the sweetest.
And then he took the John Belushi role, and everybody told him it was going to ruin his career.
And that was the whole beginning of his career.
Exactly.
And the girlfriend, fiance, broke up with him. Remember?
Oh, dear.
Yeah, because he was an actor, and she thought he wasn't going to make any money. Anyway, okay. So there was a little booth, and it was all, and then it was like me, you,
Susie Sorrow,
Wanda.
with the crazy hairdo. Rhonda Hansen.
Rhonda Hansen. Oh, yeah, that's
Remember?
right. And what's her name? Hi.
Angela Scott.
Hey, Henriette.
Nancy Shane. That was about it. Oh, Mike Sweeney would come down sometimes, remember? And then he put on my dress one night.
Yeah.
Remember? We swapped clothes?
Yeah, and you remember I was with Sharon and she made me wear Laura Ashley dresses? I have a picture on stage at Comedy U in a Laura Ashley dress.
No, Judith, that was during your Clara Barton phase. Remember when you were in your Clara Barton phase and you dressed like Clara Barton?
Shut up. It was only because Sharon liked those Laura Ashley dresses.
They were
blue and what?
They were.
Else?
And they were very nurse-like.
You know what? I didn't have...
Well, you know who else was there?
Brett Butler?
Brett. She was a regular.
She was a
star.
regular.
Sometimes she didn't come on Thursday.
But Joy and Susie came.
I don't remember Joy there. I remember
Susie came, but she was ahead of us. She was already working at Catch.
No, I think Brett didn't really like to do Thursdays because she had weekends up at Catch.
And so I remember...
What, Brett?
I remember we would get $5. $5.
That's right.
$5. So
Henriette
Henriette
didn't even get you a subway ticket hardly.
Yeah. So Henriette had this. Henriette had a car. No one had a fucking car. Henriette had a car. It was the big
poor thing.
It was a Ford Fairlane station wagon with no floor.
No floor.
Well, there were holes in the floor.
Right. Henriette, we'd all give her like $1 gas money, and she would drive us to the next. She would drive us.
Of course, you were the
or
designated.
We'd go home. And one day.
And she was serious when she said this, might I add. Very serious.
One day, we're sitting in the car. I don't even know.
We were on the way to Catch. We were going from Comedy U to either Catch or the Strip. We were going up Upper East Side.
So we were going to the Upper East Side from Soho. And we're sitting in the car, and it's me and Han, and I go, you know what? you know what, Han? One day, we're going to look back on this car, and we're going to think, God, you know, it was so fun before we were big stars driving around in that car. One day we're going to be huge.
And you said, you go, and we're not even going to have time for each other. We're going to be so famous and so rich and famous that we're going to have, I doubt I'll ever even be able to see you anymore.
I said that?
Yes. You said we're going to have to really schedule each other in.
I said, we can't forget this. We can't forget, these are good times, and we should enjoy that we're in this car with no floor.
You're right. You gave me a very spiritual lecture.
And now...
She's good at that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and look at me. I have one fucking bathroom. All we do is call each other up and go, oh, God, I can't take it anymore. I can't take it. I'm so talented. Why can't I get a fucking job? That's all we do.
Could you call my acting agent and tell them to kick in at some point?
You're such a good actor.
I know, but where are they? I haven't even been out since before Christmas.
Let me tell you something.
What's going on?
Neither have I.
Oh, okay.
And B, we're women of a certain age.
Oh, that's bullshit. No. That's changing.
Anyway.
All right. Yeah, let's talk about me.
So the thing I loved about Henriette, not only that she shared her birthday with my sister, and they're similar.
October
they're so
20th,
annoying.
thank you.
They both pick on me, and they're like, "Oh, Judith, when are you going to take us out for
That's right. You do always at dinner for the last 5 years.
What sign are you?
October 20th.
Libra.
That's right. That's my mom too. That's so funny. Very dry. Very dry. Libras tend to be. Yeah.
Henriette. Was always one of the brightest of the comics.
Oh, Judy,
and you're going to hate this show.
Where's
Henriette.
Lewis? Where's Lewis? Could you tell him that? Because he always thought.
What about Carrie Hoffman?
Oh, Carrie Hoffman.
No, that's Brett. Sorry. I love
Carrie
Hoffman.
Carrie
Hoffman's been very good to me.
No, Carrie Hoffman was
Patty Rossborough too.
Oh,
she was
that's
on.
right.
Yes, she was on there.
Anita Wise.
I'm trying to think. Anita Wise. I'm trying to think of that when we had Brett's shower at my apartment. Brett Butler's shower.
Oh, sure, we were
I'm just looking at
Judy, you're my best friend.
I want
Kenny.
But
I love Kenny.
I love Kenny. But I remember there's a photo on our day bed that we faked with Sharon's bed. Remember we had a double bed.
No, so listen, though, this was a thing. They asked me, I was just moved to New York, and I was staying with a friend in Brooklyn. I was staying with my friend Lynn, and those guys said, we're going away for a couple weeks. Will you stay in our apartment and feed our cats? Mr. Shoes and what was the other one?
Simo.
So I said, sure, plus it was great. I was going to be in Manhattan doing my comedy. So of course, Judy had always told me she was straight.
I never said anything like that.
Well, you never said you were gay.
I just didn't say anything.
Okay. So, but she acted like she was straight. You were in love with.
I did not.
You were in love with what's his name? What was that guy's name? It began with an R.
Who? Comic?
No, yeah, he was a comic.
Was he your beard?
He lived down in Tribeca, not in Tribeca, in the West Village, over in that big apartment building. Rondell Sheridan.
I was not
you were in love
with
with Rondell Sheridan.
He liked me.
Well, he was in love with you. Okay.
So and you know what?
played
Jay
it up,
Moore
but-
too. Jay Moore liked me.
Oh my God.
He used to say to me, I really love doing cunnilingus.
Oh,
and I was
boy.
like,
That's
okay,
great.
so
Thank
I'm
you.
really all right. Go.
Thank
That's
you,
one of
Jay.
my favorite lines.
So
Yeah.
now I forgot what the story I was telling.
Okay, so you were gonna babysit the cats.
So
Mr. Shoes.
So there's alarm clocks on both sides of the bed, and there's it's like definitely there was people sleeping on each side of the
Right.
bed, and there's this day bed in the living room, and that was Sharon's bed, the day bed.
It's so funny
It was
how
so ridiculous.
Sharon always had the shitty twin bed that was a day bed, and I always had this big, large.
Yeah, but Sharon never slept in the day bed. We all know that.
No, she didn't.
Yeah.
No, she never
Okay.
did.
All right.
Okay, so
God, those were the
Henriette
days.
comes to New York, and in the late 70s, she had worked for Ralph Nader.
That's right.
And she worked at the Center for the Study of Responsible Law.
Law.
And
Wow.
And so Henriette was very sort of worldly, very politically astute. What the fuck
Who
is
is
this
that?
video?
Oh, I
Who is
knew
that?
this would
What
tip
is
off your
that?
ADD.
What is it?
Someone is testing this video feed.
There's a video
looking,
going on
guys,
in
we're
our studio
looking
right
at a
now.
video of some
We're looking
girl.
at
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so now we covered it with my ugly hat that my mother always hated, but I wear it all the time.
I love it.
I
Looks
know,
warm.
right?
Yeah, it looks warm.
So,
You look cute in it.
Jeanette Barber. Debbie Casper.
Debbie Casper. Oh, my God.
Oh, my
Sue
God.
Kalinsky.
Sue Kalinsky.
Once in a while.
Yes.
Yep. Some of these people are a little too big of stars for that Thursday night show, though.
I know, but I loved the Thursday night.
Yeah, me too.
And I loved
Thursday.
that they had a night just for
And
women.
remember, that's Willem Dafoe used to walk in.
Yes.
And,
Oh, wow.
like, not laugh and then walk out. And, you know, that was when that's before cell phones. And one night I was at the payphone. Remember there was a payphone right
Yes.
outside comedy? You know, I was at the payphone and I could feel somebody waiting for the payphone, you know?
Right.
And
it was him?
No, I turn around. It's Bob De Niro. And he just went right to the phone and didn't make eye contact with me and acted like, you know, he didn't want to talk. And I turned around and go, oh, my God, Bobby D, what are you doing?
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
First
That's
of all,
awesome.
I can't believe you said Bob De Niro. That's
Bobby D.
so
Bobby D.
annoying. All
I
right.
call him Bobby D.
He loves comedy, by the way.
I love him.
I love him, too.
Yeah, who doesn't?
Okay,
I love
so you were always very political, very involved, very aware.
Oh, thank you, Judith.
And
I think it's a good thing.
And you were all right, here's my favorite bits of Henriette.
Oh, boy. Oh, no. This is 20 years ago. 20. Oh,
Okay, the Deborah Norville bit.
oh yes.
First of all, Henriette would open her act with, "Hi, my name's Henriette." And
I never liked my name,
I never liked my
Henriette.
name, Henriette, but neither did my sisters, Tomette and
Stevette. Stevette and Tomette.
Okay, and then
my
you did
favorite
the
too.
whole thing about Deborah Norville
And makeup and pretty.
and how you had to be pretty.
Yeah. And I never liked to put on makeup. Or something about, I finally took some lipstick and wrote "fuck you" on my forehead.
Yes. Takes too long to.
Yeah,
Who
it takes
makes
too
the makeup?
long. Who has the time? I need that time to clean my rifle. Okay, that's my act from 20 years ago. Thank you.
Okay, so Henriette was always. There was always, if you will, to be
Humor you.
brutally honest.
Oh boy,
There was always a little bit of this
anger.
Snarl.
like a little bit of rage,
Yeah.
little bit
Little
of
bit.
what she probably got from the Ralph Nader thing of the fair.
the
fair,
world is
fair.
an unfair place.
right? And she was always like, "This isn't fair." But the thing about you couldn't let it go. Like
No.
and we would have 5-hour conversations.
I couldn't let it go.
You would never let shit go, and I was like, Henriette, just let it go. And I can't.
You know what I
can't.
was thinking on the way here today? I was thinking about this, and I was thinking about what an asshole Rick Dees was.
Oh, really?
Remember him?
Yeah.
I
And
did his radio
Rick Dees
show,
in the
and he was
weekly
such
top
a
40.
jerk to me.
And the thing about you that was so interesting was that I was you're 8 years older than me, but
I am.
but you had lived in Washington and had done all this stuff. I mean, I came from New Jersey and I just did stand up from the time I was a teenager. That was it, and I just wanted to be a stand up. But you had this other life where you were fighting for people's rights and equality and fairness, and you did that in this the most unfair comedy world.
It really was unfair.
And it still is, but
still
it
is,
was
right?
so unfair. And you were just like, I'm not going to take this. And I loved you because you would piss people off. I mean, you not piss people off. You would stand up.
Yeah, I would
for
tell-
your rights.
and then but it wouldn't help. It just
And it
hurt
didn't
me.
help.
No, it didn't help at all.
But
every once in a while, it did.
Right. And then you would get upset. Fuck, I don't know why I did that.
Yeah.
But I always thought, fuck her. Yeah, fucking A. She
Yeah.
did it, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So for a lot of us, you were a hero.
Well,
But-
Scary Hoffman didn't like me.
Carrie Huffman.
Carrie Hoffman.
Carrie Hoffman.
I'm Carrie. Where'd you read about? Did you read the ad in Guns and Ammo? Remember
Did
he
he
had
say
that
that?
Guns and Ammo?
He had the joke.
How'd you hear about the show?
Yeah, and Guns It Out.
Yeah.
This is. He used to get on stage at Stand Up New York. He owns Stand Up New York, and he would open the show with, "Hello, my name's Carrie Hoffman. I'm Jewish."
Yeah.
And then he'd look at the guy in the front row. "Is it the closest you've been to a Jew since you've been to the doctor?" And I was like,
Oh my God, he was so
remember?
pathetic.
He died.
He didn't die.
He didn't
No,
His-
not him. But remember during the
his
live
act
show,
died.
he died. He died.
He died.
He
died?
No, she
he
died.
said-
I
Oh,
go
she
and
died.
see
Okay.
her.
I'm gonna get
him.
John. I'm gonna
He
get
comes
John.
to see.
How about Lewis? I'm gonna get John.
I
You scared to talk about Lewis?
No, I
I'm
just
gonna
want to
get
tell
John.
you this story.
Uh-huh.
So I went to see a show, and he was at the show, and I hadn't seen him since I had been at this he lives in my neighborhood, this Mexican restaurant, 8 months, 9 months before, and he was with this woman, beautiful, blonde, very nice, and I was like, and I literally said, "Why are you with him?" And then I said to him, "Oh, how's your girlfriend? How's everything going?" And he said, "She died."
She died. And his wife died. Suzanne died, right?
She died. Remember that there was a doorman at Stand Up New York, this huge, handsome black man who was fucking hilarious because Suzanne was a dancer. Like his wife was an ex-ballerina or something.
I remember her.
Remember? And she used to stretch at the bar. You'd walk in and you'd be like, "Hey, Suzanne."
I didn't work there that much. I didn't get on that much. She didn't like me because I wasn't Jewish.
She would be doing stretches.
At the literal bar where you drink?
Yeah,
Okay.
and then she would leave, and I would do Carrie, and the bouncer would do Suzanne.
Oh my
stretching.
God, that's funny.
I'd be like, "Suzanne, come here, I need you," and he'd be like,
Oh my God.
So you did stand up for a while.
That's
you
right.
did
22 years.
22 years, and you were an actor, and
That's right.
you took a lot of acting classes.
I just got a lot of residual checks yesterday.
You did?
Yeah.
I haven't gotten anything.
Oh my God.
Do you check?
Friends is the show that never stops
I
giving.
know.
Did you do Friends?
No, you did.
Oh my God. I got a check yesterday. I did
How much?
Friends. I did Friends probably 12 years
You're right.
ago.
No, more.
More than that. Right?
Yeah,
When
yeah.
was Friends on?
Yeah.
In the 90s. till
Okay,
the
I just
early
got a
2000s.
check for $280.
That's fucking great.
It never stops.
That's awesome.
Everybody Loves Raymond stopped.
That one stopped?
A lot of them have stopped. Well, not stopped, but calmed down.
I just got Sex in the City for $1.19.
I just got Sex in the City
Yeah.
for like $3.
And
or
I
something.
get
I get what was that Jim Belushi show?
oh yeah.
And I get Roswell, and of course I get the Brady Bunch. Those
Yeah.
are still pretty good
Yeah.
sometimes. And I get
they're cult
but
classics.
Henriette was
Movies.
Alice in the
Yeah,
Brady Bunch
no
movie.
Thank you. Good night,
Shit.
folks.
So you had a very what were you going to say?
I completely forgot. I'm really sorry.
Okay.
I don't remember.
I did
He
go to
forgot.
you.
I know.
Okay.
I'm
So-
shocked.
You're doing the stand-up and the acting, and you moved to L.A., which I couldn't fucking believe.
I moved to LA because I got a sitcom. Michael
Right.
Patrick King wrote me, who was on your show. I
Right,
believe.
yes.
I listened to it. Great.
Yes.
I got the sitcom called Good Advice with
Right.
Shelley Long and
And
Treat
you
Williams
played the
and
nanny.
Terry Garr, and I played the nanny.
Yeah. The lovable nanny.
Oh boy. Oh.
Typecast.
Have you ever had a
And-
nanny that looked like me? Give me a break.
I would love a nanny that looked
Oh,
like you.
Jesus.
All right, whatever. So you're doing this, but you were never. I think your anger and rage came from the fact that it wasn't enough. It wasn't. Stand up was stand up, and it was this small world. You were in a small world. You were in show business, and you began to work with Michael Moore. And start producing
Steve Martin.
and Steve Martin,
love him.
and you eventually. I mean, you worked on a lot of shows,
I
but
did, you're
eventually, you co-wrote with
And
Steve
directed.
Scrovan and direct. I have it written. Shut the fuck up. And directed a film that went to Sundance, was nominated for an Oscar, called An Unreasonable Man.
That's
about Ralph Nader.
That's right.
And a
Thanks
great
to Steve
film.
Scrovan. My hat's off to Steve Scrovan
Right,
for that.
and
too.
it's a great film, An Unreasonable
Thank
Man. Where can they get it? Amazon?
Oh, it's on everything. It's on Netflix, Amazon. You know, you probably get it on
And-
down the corner at the table for $1.
That's great. So, and you really got into documentaries,
I did, correct.
and I fucking love that.
Oh,
And but you did also work for the Osbournes.
That's right.
You worked for Michael Moore's The Awful Truth.
oh boy.
Which I really want to know about that.
I love Michael. He
Right.
was on with Megyn Kelly the other night. He had a really trippy interview. He really put her feet to the fire. He was great with
Yeah.
her.
What did he say?
Just about women and the question that Donald Trump, why Donald Trump refuses to do the Republican
Right.
debate, and how proud he was of her for asking the question, which of course got her on his side.
Right.
And of course they're about polar opposites when
Right.
it comes to politics.
Right.
And she kind of had to acquiesce a little bit to him because
Really?
she was really standing up for women when she asked that question.
Right.
And so, and that's not Fox News,
Right.
Fox News, you're either with them or against them.
Right.
You're not. There's no be nice to anybody that's against you.
You are currently working on
House Hunters International.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm on House Hunters International.
I love watching
Do you
House
want to move
Hunters.
to Grand Cayman? Would you like to move to the Azores? Would you like to move to Africa?
So what do you do on...
I do post. I put together the shows.
So you're like editing and...
Well, I work with an editor.
Right,
You know,
and you
he
tell
and I
them...
we make the shows,
Now-
basically. After the production arm of the show goes out and really doesn't get anything we need. But that's beside the point.
And do you like the show?
I love the show, yes.
Okay.
Oh, I'm totally on board with House Hunters International.
Okay, good. Will you be traveling for House Hunters International?
No, I don't think so, because the guy that hires the people to go out into the field, he doesn't like me.
What?
He doesn't like me.
Why?
Because he came in and he slammed his selfie stick on the table and wanted everybody to pay attention to him immediately. And I was like, whoa.
I know, you don't do that to Henriette.
You don't slam. And so we kind of clashed, and then we kind of made peace. But then the other day he was not very nice to me again. So now when he wasn't nice to me, I said, don't be snippy. Don't be snippy, mister.
I know.
So he was being
Is
snippy
he
to
younger
me.
than you?
Oh yeah, he's you know what?
course.
He's going to be a network executive someday. Okay,
Right.
He's definitely going to be one of those network executive that goes, you either need to lose 30 pounds or gain 150 pounds.
Yeah, telling someone
Right.
they're going to be a network executive someday isn't exactly a compliment.
No, well, it would be to him. I mean, he's going to be the head of. He'll be the next Andy Cohen.
You and I
Yeah.
have had a similar trajectory as far as being cast in things.
Correct.
Because I often go in, I'd say a lot of my I either go in, they have to convince that people. It's either for like a very large woman, fat, and then my agent will say, "Can you go tall?" And then I always go in for androgynous roles,
Me
like
too.
looks
So do-
like
yeah.
so I've done several of those.
My favorite one was visible acne. Mm-hmm. They wanted somebody with visible acne.
You don't have acne.
Well, they sent me in on the part, so I pimpled it up a little bit.
Did you get it?
No. I used to get,
What are, and you used to talk about,
I did.
The
in what's the word? Like not fairness, the in something of it all.
the
Not inequity. There's a word. I need a thesaurus.
Okay.
Okay.
But in your act, you used to talk about
Yes.
some of the auditions.
Well, I took all the adjectives and I listed them down. I haven't looked at that.
Can you just name a few?
Well, I remembered there was rustic and weather beaten was something I went in for. Overweight, and I'm not even that overweight.
You're not overweight.
Thank you.
Remember when we used to swim together at the
I weigh
Y?
in at 145, day in and day out.
You do?
Tiny. You're a tiny
my
person.
God.
Yeah, but I'm
I
fat
wish
in
I'd-
Hollywood.
Who isn't?
Well, a lot of people aren't.
All right. So, you what are some of the adjectives that were
like just ugly, fat, ugly, stupid.
Right.
Just horrible, terrible words. I don't remember them. If I had known, I would have looked it up. But Meryl Marco actually wrote a piece in the New York Times once and interviewed me about it.
Right.
About roles in Hall. It was just crazy. It was like, and my self-esteem was so low because of all those roles. Because I thought that was like, since I was all those things, then I wasn't allowed to be in my real life a good person.
Right.
It was horrible.
I know. You were very
Hollywood.
affected. But you went to Hollywood and you had very close friends. Laura Keitlinger, Mike Rowe,
Michael King,
Michael Patrick King. You
Marla
had
Garland
Marla
before
Garland.
she broke up with me.
Right,
for
she
her
broke
husband.
up with you because you had a little tiff
Thing with her husband.
And you did.
Has he been on your show?
No.
Oh.
I have to
You
go out
don't
to
need him
LA.
on your show.
Why?
Well, because he won't let you talk.
Oh, that's fine, because then we don't have to do anything.
Oh, okay.
But you did get some stand-up things, like you
That's
did.
right.
You did VH1. And
I
you
did Women of the
Women
Night.
of the Night on HBO, which we all wanted to get, and
Yeah.
yet it was called Women of the Night.
Yeah.
2 Drink Minimum. All those shows.
Yeah, I did every
Um,
single stand-up show in the 90s that there was to do.
Will and Grace.
Oh yeah, Will and Grace. I forgot.
Yeah.
Well, the name of my book, of course, that I'm my autobiography. The name of my book, and I have to admit to you too that I am straight.
I know.
Did you know that?
I do. I do know that.
And the name of my book is a Nurse, a Maid, a Lesbian: My Life in Acting.
Ha.
Because all I ever went in was nurse, maids, and lesbians.
That's great. That's what I go in for too.
Nurses, maids, and lesbians.
I get fat people too, and I think if you're a female character actor in the industry, your description is ugly or whatever, or the goofy, or the best friend,
or you have to be Julianne.
It's either
Moore.
that or the complete opposite. And if you're anything in between,
I go in. It's like. It's unbelievable.
It's so sad. But, you can't believe it. You just have to go in, play it, and leave.
And don't you find that characters with those descriptions usually end up being some of the most entertaining characters in the...
Well, they are the funniest and most interesting.
You can't play those characters and not pull it off.
Well,
otherwise, it's just gross.
That's why they call it character acting.
Okay.
And character actors make the best dramatic actors. I'm really sorry for interrupting. I'm just saying, both of you. I know you are, Judy.
Scarf.
You're an incredible
you like
dramatic actor.
It's Elisa got it. It's like New York.
Yeah,
my girlfriend loves Henriette. She's very picky.
I like her too.
Yeah,
she's very nice.
The thing about Henriette, even though she won't admit it, she's a little protective of me. You know you are. You're always like, get away from this one. Get away from that one. I don't like this one. Yes.
I admit it.
Yes.
And if I see her like trusting somebody that I don't trust, I let her know. And then she goes, okay, I got it. Okay, I got it.
Is she usually right about that?
Oh, Henriette's good on that.
I'm good on that.
But the thing is I tolerate more.
Yeah,
she doesn't tolerate. She's like, I'm done, over, I can't.
Yeah. That's sad. I can't tolerate.
No, that's not true.
It's not that I hate them, though. I just don't want to be around them.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. I don't hate anybody.
What about? This is one of my favorite jobs you've had.
Okay.
You were a producer on What Would You Do?
Oh, I love
it. That's right.
Yes.
Yeah. Just for a little while, though. Right. I wasn't on that very long, 6 months or something.
But that's where you like a waitress will go and say, I'm not serving you because, you're a lesbian.
But my best one I did never got on the air.
Which one?
Because the guy over at what was that? What show? CBS, ABC? What's it on?
ABC.
Those people, it's like junior high over there. That whole place, ABC News, is like junior high, and
they do The View now.
They do?
Yes, they're overseeing The View.
Oh, that's nice. You should be on The View. Are you a regular on there?
No, I haven't been on since the ABC News took over.
Now
I do Steve Harvey. No, I've been on Steve Harvey.
Steve Harvey.
Steve Harvey. He's so nice to me.
Well,
Thank God for Steve Harvey. I love Steve Harvey.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so nice when someone's like, you know what, you're really smart and you're really funny.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and he's actually said to me the last time I was on, have you ever thought about being, on television? No, I've never
Are you shitting me?
Yes.
Come on, Stevie.
He didn't say that,
yes,
did he?
Yes, he did. I go, Steve, what the fuck? But you know what's amazing is that, I can't get, I do think, and everyone can go, ugh.
Judith, your time will come.
What? When I'm 70?
Well,
I already
maybe.
have one fake knee. Listen, I do think it's a Jew thing, a lot of it.
Oh, no, it's not. Judy, I'm not Jewish. Where's my career?
I bet you are if you look back enough. I just took my DNA test. I'm like
30%.
Yeah.
I got news for you. I'm the opposite of Jewish, half, okay?
And also, you're anti-Semitic. So
yeah,
anyway,
I am anti-Semitic.
What was the story on What Would You Do that didn't get?
It was about, we went out to Long Island and we went to this like big indoor flea market thing, and then we had like men abuse women and how people would interact and interrupt and
like
stop.
what kind of abuse?
Like yelling at them, like you're a piece of shit and you don't know anything, and getting an argument.
Right.
And the man was abusing the woman.
Right.
People would break it up.
Right.
If the woman abused the man, no one would break it up. Once in a while they would. Once in a while, but not usually.
What did the men act like when the women were being abusive? Like Jews, Jewish men?
No, they kind of
like
they might
men?
argue back a little bit, but they were definitely getting railed on. Usually they would just, it was actors.
Now, if the woman was abusing the man and someone would interrupt, okay, was it a male or female?
Both, a little bit of both.
Really?
Usually, a couple times it was like an older woman would interrupt and say, "Stop talking to him like that." But it was a little bit of both.
Did you ever do one where they spank the kids?
No. I wasn't on that show very long.
I know, but that's one that's I don't know what to do in those situations.
I like that guy though that hosts it. He's a nice guy. I forget his name.
John Quinones?
Yeah, John Quinones.
John Quinones?
Susan, I'm so glad you came to visit. It's been too long.
Isn't that the truth? This is the first time I've seen your new home at the Good Samaritan Society. I hope you're staying entertained now that life has slowed down.
Slowed down? I've been more active here than I've been in years. Come on now. We're late for aerobics class.
Aerobics? I thought we were having coffee.
That's after aerobics and cards with the girls. Oh, and I scheduled a hair appointment for us at 3 and dinner's at 5.
Betty, slow down. I don't know if I have the energy to do all this. I had no idea you were staying so active.
That's what I love about this place. I can be as active as I want to be, and that means I'm staying busy.
I can see that.
To learn how the Good Samaritan Society can help you enjoy life on your terms, visit us today at good-sam.com or call 855-GOOD-SAM. That's good-sam.com or call 855-GOOD-SAM.
All right. I have so much I want to talk to you about, but I also want your web series in the middle.
Oh,
hilarious.
In the Middle Show. Hello, inthemiddleshow.com.
Yes.
It's
my
such
God.
a great web series.
Can you believe that never got picked up?
Yes.
Salon.com bought it.
Yes.
And then they funded me for 6 episodes.
Right.
And then it never went anywhere. I couldn't sell it.
It's not too late. Those things sometimes sit for a while and then get picked up by someone else.
But you don't seem to understand. You're 30 and we're 82. Okay?
I don't know if Kevin is still gay or not.
Kevin's gay.
Oh, okay. Have you had him on the show?
No.
You ought to have him on.
I should, because I want to talk about how he gets in fights with everyone at the airport.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kevin Meaney,
No.
excuse me.
All right. So you are now working on a documentary about musicians in orchestra pits.
Well, it's kind of come to a halt because I don't have any funding right now.
It is
but yes,
fascinating.
Thank you. Well, it's the part that's fascinating to me is that they are replacing the musicians with
machines.
computers.
Right.
Yes.
Terrible.
There is such a difference between the sound. Mm-hmm. There is
a lot of people don't think so.
They
because they don't listen. They don't listen.
They don't care. They don't
body.
care.
It's fucking. This world is fucking coming to an end. This is pissing me off. This is my kill me now moment. I can't fucking deal with this.
I love this.
I cannot deal with the fact that these people study and the instrument is part of their person. It is an extension of who they are, and then they get a fucking computer. Fuck.
I know, it's unbelievable.
The difference is palpable when you sit there. It feels different on your skin.
Well, that's what the musicians say, and that's what people that are artists or have the soul or hearts of an artist. But, you know, to be quite frank with you, the buses coming in from Long Island and New Jersey.
They don't care.
They don't care. But they just want to see the actors singing in the rain, you know? They don't care who backs it up.
But they don't realize that so much of that happens is subconscious, and they're not leaving as fulfilled.
But everything is artificial. Everything is artificial.
With all due respect, nobody gives a shit if it's a computer or the musicians.
But you got to finish that documentary.
All right, I will. You're right. I should get back on it. You're right.
Can I help?
Yeah, you can help. You play the saxophone. No, you play the bugle. What
clarinet.
Do you play? Clarinet. Judy used to bring her clarinet to the clubs once in a while.
I did?
Yes.
I used to bring it on the road and practice.
Oh, my God. Remember, you still play?
No, I haven't played in so long.
Do you make your sons practice music instruments?
No, they won't. I tried. I played the piano. No,
he didn't play anything?
No.
Oh,
and then he went to. I had them take lessons.
But he's a basketball prodigy.
But yeah. But then I went to. Then he had music. He had to take music first semester freshman year. Mm-hmm. Right. You know. This past fall, autumn, whatever the fuck. Get out of my mouth. Anyway, the words. Anyway, so he took music and he got a B. Ooh. And I was like. He's like, Mommy, it's really hard. And I was like, okay.
Can I tell the people what you said when I asked you how you picked out who Ben was going to be when you went through the book?
Oh, yeah.
All right. So
this is sperm donor.
This is sperm donor. So I said to Judy, she said, yeah, you just go through a book and you pick somebody. I said, Judy, how did you pick? There must have been so many different choices. And she goes, Henriette, I just told him I wanted a Jew that played the piano.
And
That's awesome.
there's not a lot of. You could go by religion, and there's not a lot of Jews.
Did you pick a Jew that played the piano?
Henry's donor is a Jew that played 7 musical instruments.
Wow.
He has no interest.
He doesn't?
0. Ben's is a screenwriter.
Oh, wow.
And he's like, Mommy, I can't write. I'm like, you can write. He's like, I'm not good at my essays.
You didn't take into account recessive genes.
He's so cute.
Oh, they're both cute. They love Henriette.
They are cute. Well,
Aren't
Henry's
they?
a hunk of burning love.
I know.
He is.
He thinks he's Troy Donahue.
He does not.
He does too.
He
is a movie star from the 50s.
Definitely.
Zameen.
Oh, I didn't really. I just kind of helped out with that. That was about a little girl in Ethiopia. That's a sweet movie.
Yeah,
it's a good
really
documentary.
Good.
Zameen.com.
Okay, so you do stand up. You are very involved in social activism. And then you helped Terry Garr.
That's right.
Write her book.
You're correct.
And then you decided, I am going to write a book called No Kidding.
Right.
And I'm going to have women in, who I know, mostly comics, talk about not having children,
so
and
you
their
could
choice.
not be in the book because you had kids.
Right.
So I just.
But didn't I try to get in?
Yes, you did try to get in.
Because that's how I am.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm like, but Henriette.
I know. Well, Michael wanted there to be some men in it. Michael Patrick King said there should be some men's essays.
No, fuck Michael Patrick.
Exactly.
I love you, Michael. But you cannot be in the No Kidding book. All right, go ahead. But men don't get treated like women.
Yeah. It's a good book though. It's called No Kidding, edited by Henriette Mantel. Jennifer Coolidge wrote the foreword, a very funny foreword.
I love her.
And there was a lot of good writers. Wendy Liebman.
Yes.
Who has her material stolen.
Yeah.
And who else?
TMZ was outside her show the other night. She texted me. I go, that's great, because she's like, oh, I didn't think she stole it. I didn't,
She did though.
Judy,
I told you a long time ago that all right, we can't get
I
into
know
this.
what you're talking about.
All right.
Anyway, but yes, she has stepkids, and she was in it.
Oh yeah, but she was the one. She was the lone stepkid person. This was women that didn't want to give birth or adopt. She just happened to come across.
But do you think you really didn't want to give birth? Or
I just didn't. It wasn't ever. Didn't give two shits.
Right.
I didn't care. I just never cared. I don't know. I didn't really want. What am I going to do with a kid?
Right.
I don't want a kid.
Well,
I have nieces and nephews that I adore.
Right, but look at me. I
but you
always
wanted
thought
a kid.
I thought about. I don't know if it wasn't for Sharon. I don't know at what age I would have been like, oh my God, I have to have a kid now.
Yeah. The only reason I would ever want a kid is because I would want to see if the kid was funny or not. Other than that,
that's great.
Yeah. What if the kid wasn't funny?
Right. Now,
then I would be so upset.
A lot of people don't know this about you. You grew up on a big farm in Vermont.
Yes.
You grew up on a farm in Vermont.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
A farm.
Right.
You had horses.
Yes. Chickens.
Chickens.
But my dad was not a farmer. He was like a gentleman farmer.
Right.
We made maple syrup. We planted trees.
You're very Vermont.
We had 2 goats, Thunder and Lightning.
No.
Yeah. Thunder.
Wait,
one
tell
time
the name of your cats. All your cats that you've had.
Oh, Midge and Buck have a web series called Midge and Buck on Icebox.com.
Yeah.
Thank you for pushing that. And then now I have Betty and Katrina, Betty Rainbow and Katrina Kalina Keitlinger, named after Laura Keitlinger.
Right. And you loved your horse.
I did, Velvet. I used to have a lot of jokes about him. Remember that? I didn't love him. I was in love with him.
You think you were?
I
like
know I was.
bestiality?
Yes.
Like you would have. Did you ever touch him?
I can't talk about that on the web series. I can't.
Are you kidding?
No, I can't talk about it.
It's not a web series, it's a podcast.
Podcast. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. No, I can't talk about it. Some things you just can't talk about.
No way.
Don't bring my family into this, Jill.
Equus was written for a reason.
I loved Equus.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. You were in love with your horse.
Yeah.
What
happened with?
What happened when the horse passed away?
Oh, it was so sad. And I remember my brother said to me, do me a favor. If anything ever happens to me, don't make such a big deal about it. And then 3 years later, he passed away.
Your brother passed.
And then I remember. Oh my God.
I remember that was when I met you.
Did I tell you about that right away?
Yes.
Because it was so fresh.
It was so raw.
Yeah.
And I remember
that was brutal.
I always thought about the pain and hurt you probably were
And then
feeling.
I wrote that play, the Beaver play, about it. I made him. It was about beavers, and Jennifer Coolidge was the star of it. And Judy Gold, God rest her soul,
Yes.
she started crying through the whole thing, and then in the end she was sobbing. The whole audience would hear her sobbing, and then she goes, "I know it was about your brother," and she couldn't stop. I always remember that. Remember how funny she was?
She's great.
She's the fucking funniest.
Oh my God! When she did that thing about the earthquake and how she had nobody. How people always said, I just went for my baby, or I just hung on to my husband. And she said, and I'm sitting there bouncing up and down on my bed, and nobody knows.
We should do a Judy Toll show.
Oh,
Let's
my
do
God.
a Judy Toll
Do
show.
her bits? That would be
Yes,
funny.
our favorite. All right. So, what?
Judy was
I have
funny.
to burp a little. All right. So, we also...
Can we talk about, at some point I want to talk about that person that did my horoscope that said I'm going to die.
Yes, we're getting
Okay,
there,
all
because
right,
that's your kill me now moment.
Okay.
So, the other thing we kind of bonded on is your father passed away.
That's right.
And then several months later, my father passed away. And then
my mother passed away.
Your mother passed away.
And then
several months
your mother
later, my
passed
mother
away.
passed away.
Right. And I keep bugging you to write that screenplay
And
with
we
me.
want to write a screenplay about...
Right.
Because
You
they
know,
led such different lives.
I was telling a friend of mine about, which I can't pitch on the air, of course, because
Right.
somebody will steal it. But I was telling my friend about my idea, and they
Right.
said, well, just tape her and then write it for her. And I said, I'm not going to write her for her.
Well, why don't we tape it and hire an intern to write it?
I'll write it. I'll just write it, but I need you to talk to me. All right. Okay, we need to write that. Please.
Okay.
That's like really something we should do.
I'll type it if you guys
I've started it. I started it already.
Okay.
Okay, should I
love
send
it.
you the first 8
Yes!
pages? Okay.
All right, you heard it here first,
Okay.
folks.
I want...
It's about our dads. But
Yeah.
then we could add our moms in.
Right.
What the hell? Death, and more death.
You helped me. So I mean, it was so similar, but our fathers died suddenly.
Yeah, my dad died in his sleep, though. Your dad hung out for a few days, didn't he?
Yeah, because he died at the pool swimming, and then they revived him.
Oh.
They, they put the...
Did he know that he was a...
No,
oh,
he was...
He
the guy,
really
yeah.
died at the pool.
And then we had to, unplug. It was 1990, so we had to unplug him, and it was, and then his sisters were like...
Oh, my God.
Well, can he just stay? And my mother was like, do you want him a vegetable? He should be a vegetable. What the hell?
When my father died, my mother buried him. He would always call us kids. Like, he had 5 kids, and he would call them every day. It was too much. My mother, I'm burying you with that phone. I'm burying you with that phone. When I went up to look at him in the casket, his hand was on the kitchen phone. She'd ripped it right. And then I went to, when we put him down in the grave, I said to my sister, aren't you going to wait until they cover him up? She goes, no, I'll just call him later.
Oh,
there you go.
He's like Mary Baker Eddy.
Yeah, what was that?
She's the one that died with the phone in case you can call the dead.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
for some
interesting.
religion.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to be frozen.
When I asked you, I said, well, you've been saying, when am I coming on your thing? When am I coming on your web series?
No, you
And I'm
always
like,
say,
it's a
when are you coming on? When are you coming on?
I
When are
know.
you coming on?
And
I'm
you're
very
like,
busy.
when am I
have a
coming?
big
And then
career.
I say, when are you, you say, when are you coming up?
Yeah.
Fuck. And you kept saying my web series. I'm like, it's a fucking
It's
podcast.
not a web series. It's a podcast.
Who's on first?
So, when we were talking about it, and you have the perfect kill me now.
Well, because
moment.
because when I was in Los Angeles, I went to
What year is this?
Oh, this was probably mid 90s.
Okay.
And there was that store up in the valley that had all the spiritual stuff.
Yeah.
It was right on Ventura.
Right.
And you'd go in and you could have, they would read your tarot cards or they
Right.
would do your... Well, I went in, I used to go in there, throw away $20, do my cards or whatever. And so I go into this one woman, she starts doing my cards and she said, when's your birthday? And I said, October 20th. And so she looks me up. Of course, I can't tell the year because Michael told me to quit telling the year because
Okay.
I'm the same age as him
Okay.
and he doesn't want anybody to know.
Okay.
So that's Michael Patrick King is the
Yeah.
same age as me, although in Wikipedia it says I'm younger. But anyway, and he keeps asking me how I got that done. Everywhere on the internet, I'm younger than I really am. which is-
Oh, you got to tell me. Go.
I don't know. I don't know who did it.
All right,
It
go.
just happened. I'm starting to believe it. So so she said, well, let me look it up. So she takes a book and she starts looking up my birth date. And she goes, oh, you're going to die when you're 62. And I go, really? And she goes, yeah, you're going to die when you're 62. And I go, how do you know? She goes, well, it's right here. I mean, and 62 is old, right? And I go, this was like when I was like 35 or 40.
What?
She goes, you're going to die when you're 62. So ever since then, I've been like, oh my God, when's it going to happen? When's it going to happen?
It's going to happen in a few years.
Yeah, but you know, she's full of shit.
You are
she
the
shouldn't have told me that.
But what are we going to do?
Tell that.
Because you know that for a year, you're going to be calling me going, oh my
I'm
God.
obsessed with
I
it.
have a cold. I'm going to die.
I'm obsessed with it. I've only got a couple years to go, Judith.
I know. Do you really? Does it grate on your nerve?
Well,
I fucking want to kill her.
Well,
Can we find her and call her?
I went back to try to find her about 5 or 6 years later because Michael told me to go back and tell her off.
Right.
So I went back and nobody knew who she was. Nobody remembered her. I don't have her name.
Are they supposed to say
I
that?
will never forget it. I don't know, but then I've gone to astrologers since then, and I have an appointment with one in a couple
No
weeks.
way. Do you like this?
Yeah.
Do you believe it?
I used to really believe it, but ever since her, I'm like, fuck that. I'm not believing that anymore. You can't tell somebody when they're going to die.
I can't deal with it if you die in 2 years.
Are we planning on me dying already?
All right.
Good God. Okay. So she's, but I really, so every astrologer I've been since, I go, so am I going to die when I'm 62?
Right.
And they all go, no.
That's
I don't know where she
hilarious.
got that from.
It sounds like a crazy person wandered into the tarot card shop and
I
decided to
don't
do a
know,
reading.
but she's the only one that's ever told. But I really pushed the last guy that did my sign. I said, look, she told me I'm going to die when I'm 62. So just tell me if I'm going to die when I'm 62.
And what did he say?
You're not going to die when you're 62. You can't tell that. And I said,
fucking hate her.
Couldn't believe she told me that.
You've got to write that. You sure haven't you?
Write it where? On the wall? So when I die, everybody will say, what's the big deal? It's like Nicole Simpson. It's like Nicole Simpson. She said, OJ's going to kill me. She told everybody, OJ's going to kill me. Oh, yeah, she wrote it down. She had her stuff in a safe deposit box because when he killed her, that stuff was for... So... she told everybody, OJ still killed her, so I'm telling everybody, I might still die.
No.
Yeah.
You have to start a blog called When I'm 62.
Okay, will you still believe me? Will you still need me when I'm 62?
It's really 64. It's 64. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
You have to do that every day.
Okay.
I woke up.
No, that's a good idea, Judith. I'm going to do that.
Yes.
I don't have a pencil, but
I'll remember it.
Okay.
Go remember it.
The screenplay, the blog of When I'm 62.
Do you think
she told me that?
I know. I hate her.
I don't hate her. I mean, she
do.
She might be founding my blog. I don't know. She's a charter member of my blog.
Right.
I don't even know her name.
She's a terrorist.
She is a terrorist. You're right.
Do you think you're competitive?
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm competitive, but lately I've noticed, like, when I'm around a bunch of people that think they're funny or they talk a lot, I just go into the back. I don't think I'm competitive enough.
Right.
I think I'm competitive, but then I think when I'm in a group of people or when... I don't know if I'm competitive.
But the
sometimes
thing
I think
is,
I am, sometimes I think I'm not.
have to say what was interesting.
That's fair.
Was that... Recently, I go to the clubs a lot. You're always like, what are you doing? What do you
I don't know how you do it. I would do comedy if I could do it at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm really funny at like 10:30.
You recently stopped in a club. Just to, just for old time's sake.
To watch you.
And called me. And said...
You're on stage in the background.
And what?
Didn't I call you and you could hear yourself on stage in the background or something?
I don't remember.
Oh, okay. Keep going.
And you said, I hated being there. I hated the guy. I hated the whole vibe. I hated...
Well, it's so hard. Stand-up is so hard. How did I ever do it for that long?
I know.
And I think I have post-traumatic stress disorder from it.
Oh, I have post-traumatic stress disorder from... all those horrible gigs and
all
in
the
those.
guys that were so mean to us.
Right.
And I'm heterosexual, so it hurt my feelings. Well, politically.
What you think if a guy's mean to me? I'm not. It doesn't hurt my feelings because I'm a lesbian.
Yeah, but I always thought I wasn't worthy of sex.
Well, come on.
No, I did. I thought that comedians made me feel I wasn't worthy of sex. There was a few.
They just caught Mark on Mark's podcast.
Mark.
What the fuck? Mark Maron's podcast.
God.
They just,
He
this
was so
whole
mean.
joke stealing thing. They called Wendy Liebman, Kathleen Madigan, and Tammy Pescatelli unfuckable nerds. You know,
talk about unfuckable. Mark Maron is beyond unfuckable. He is so gross.
Oh,
everybody loves his podcast because now he's not drinking. Oh, I'm a nice guy now that I don't
I
drink.
love you so much,
I was
Henriette.
an asshole to Henriette and Judy Gold at the Improv, but now I don't drink. So of course I'd love to have them on the show.
I think
don't
he
have
was
enough
never
white
an
males
asshole
on the
to
show.
me.
Oh
He
my
wasn't.
God, he was such an asshole to me. Him and that kid that used to follow him around, who was actually kind of amusing, Andrew Lederer. Remember
what
Andrew?
happened to
I don't
him?
know. He was kind of amusing.
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
He always hung around with Mark. Yeah. I mean, I don't have anything against Mark. Whatever. I just wish he wouldn't say. I wish he wouldn't say
that's
stuff
where they
like
go.
that.
They just say you're unfuckable. Like,
Well, yeah, but
Mark
Maron is a white male in America. He's on the way
changing.
down. He's
Yeah,
on the way
well.
out. Mark Maron is a white male in America. Goodbye, Mark. You better get in your podcast now, baby, because you're on the way out.
My wife helped him start his podcast.
Oh, that's nice.
I just want to say.
I'm not saying that you're not wrong.
Okay, I just
I'm
want to
not saying
say,
that
as
you're
an
not right.
update, previously reported earthquake activity confirmed to be a sonic boom from aircraft by U.S. Geological Survey, not an earthquake.
Oh, where was it? Upstate?
I don't know.
Sonic boom.
Wow.
And there's smoke on West 40th and 5th Avenue.
Oh, great. We're close
Yeah.
enough to that.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
God
Well,
damn
we
it.
should get out of here, huh?
Listen.
Yes, Judith. All right,
We asked-
we're done. Did they really say that about Wendy Liebman and
Yes!
Kathleen?
And then Wendy's...
Does he have them
I
on the
believe
show
it.
ever?
I don't know. But
He
it's
should
just
have them
like-
on the show
I
after he
know.
said that. Will you try to get them on the show now that
Yes.
he said that?
I wanted to. You know, it's just like it's...
Have you been on his show?
Yes.
How many times?
Once.
He only has people on once.
Once. Yeah.
Oh, God. I wouldn't.
President Obama was on his show.
Yeah, well, look, President Obama was on Jerry Seinfeld's show, too.
I know. Did you see that?
No, I didn't watch.
President Obama is a celebrizant.
He's got... what was the thing Gilbert used to say? I breathe in and then I breathe out. Is that what he used to say when he imitated Jerry?
Yes.
You breathe in and you breathe out. How amazing is that? I'm
I love
imitating Gilbert. Oh
I
my
love
God,
him.
is he funny? Huh?
He is fucking
oh
funny.
boy, watch
Raw
out!
funny.
Oh boy, dear funny, too funny.
I just did his podcast.
Oh, with
Yes.
I should
Yes,
do that
with Frank
podcast.
Santarelli.
Yeah,
Frank.
Yeah, I love Frank.
Before
You breathe
we,
in, you breathe out,
I breathe in,
and then I breathe
then
out.
I breathe out. Did you ever notice how you breathe in
And then you breathe out.
We ask every guest this question.
Okay, hit me. Do I have hopes and dreams for my future?
No.
Oh,
Are you on? Have you ever been on? But are you on any antidepressants?
well, let me tell you, I have been on them.
Yes.
I have been on
What
them.
were you on?
Wellbutrin.
Yes, I have that.
And
I'm on that now.
I was on like they've been trying to put me on them since I'm a kid. Like
yeah.
way back when I was a kid, they tried to put me on Elavil. I was on that.
Oh yes,
That was
I've
like
taken that.
when
That's
I was like
heavy duty
in high school.
But that's like I'm gonna kill myself.
Yeah, I was in.
Yeah.
Well, after my brother died, I going to kill myself. So I was
Right.
on a lot of different shit.
Okay, so
And then after
Elavil?
my dad died, I was on some stuff for a while.
What?
Every time there's Effexor, I think I was on a while.
and it takes a while to get off that one.
I don't remember.
Yes, I was on Effexor and I was thin.
Oh,
That's all I
well,
remember.
maybe I should go back on that.
No, go.
And Wellbutrin for
Yes.
menopause.
Yes, I'm on.
And Wellbutrin's good for menopause. It got me through menopause and my mother's death.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good.
I'm on Paxil.
I've never been on Paxil.
Yes, it's panic.
I've
and
never
I'm
tried
on
that.
Wellbutrin a little bit.
Wellbutrin's interesting. It's
Yeah.
the original, isn't it like
A
the
smoking
original
cessation.
antidepressant?
No, well, it was a smoking cessation drug.
Oh, to stop you from smoking?
Yes, and they realized it was not
Wow.
Yeah, Wellbutrin.
Interesting.
Wait,
I'm on
am I
Zoloft.
on that?
I've been on
Yeah,
marijuana.
you're on Wellbutrin. Everybody here's on
Marijuana
marijuana.
is the best antidepressant.
Oh,
Amen.
I know. I want to kind of get off. I'm ready. I think I'm going to get off of
Pot?
No.
Oh.
Wellbutrin.
You just cry
I'll
all day
stay
when you
on
go
a-
off.
I know, but I don't. I'm on a cocktail.
Oh.
You know, and I think it's too much. I get dizzy.
Oh,
it's too
forget it.
much. I'm
Yeah.
over. I mean,
how many are you on?
I have a large. I have sleeping. I have trazodone.
Oh my God,
And
Judy!
I know, and it was because I had that nervous
You should have
breakdown.
never had that drink when we were out that night. Because you shouldn't drink if you're on all those.
Oh, please.
No, I'm serious. That night when you got loaded, I mean, you were
didn't
very
get
funny.
loaded.
Oh, you did too. You were
did
drunk.
not.
You
Where?
were drunk at that Bette Midler event. You were drunk. You were dressed up as
Caitlyn.
Caitlyn.
That's because I got in a fight with Elisa.
That's no excuse for drinking, Judith. But I
All
knew
right,
when
you're
you
right,
were
I
drinking
did.
too much that night that it was the mixture of drinks
But it was
and
also
drugs.
they're so nice to me at the Waldorf.
Oh
when
my
I do
God,
that
that's
thing.
I don't know how you do do
Oh,
they don't even listen.
And they give.
They don't
me-
even listen to Bet.
I know, but look at me. You're always like,
Hello, Dolly.
I know.
Hello,
Hello,
Dolly. Well, hello,
Dolly. Well,
Dolly. It's so great to have you
It's so
back where you belong.
Look at you all. You're all so
They asked me to be. They asked me to be.
Brett?
They asked me to be Hello Dolly, and I turned
Okay,
it down.
but
No, I
you-
turned it down.
Really?
Yeah, I turned it down. Yeah, Brett. Yeah.
Oh, Brett.
Okay.
Oh,
Kenny
I
told me to
want
turn
you
it down.
To
That's
tell
hilarious.
everyone
My Brett
our
Butler story?
birthday
Oh,
tradition on your birthday.
oh, that you leave me messages, but Judy, you forgot this year.
I know.
because your mother died.
My mother
I'll
died.
let you go. She always leaves me a message. First, you do Joy.
Yeah, I do
Joy
all
always
comics.
starts out the message.
Hi, I can't talk. I heard it was your birthday, whatever.
Caroline's here. She wants
Yeah.
to talk to you.
And then I do Caroline Ray.
Hey, Henriette, how are you? Happy birthday. I have to go.
Jim David.
Then Chip. Whoa, whoa! I heard you're really old. How'd you get that?
Angela Scott.
Hi, Hen. Hi. Happy birthday.
Brett Butler.
Oh, Hannah, I just wanted to say, you know that.
I mean, it's
And
been
you
a year.
have a few that you kind of throw in, like who's the comic of the day.
Yeah, the comic of the
but
day,
That
I'll do
but
it.
those are the regulars.
Yeah,
great.
and they
So-
always show up, and it's
Yeah.
always the same.
And Joy's always the
But
boss.
sometimes I'll call Henriette. She'll answer the phone, and I'll be like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "Oh yeah, shit. Sorry, I'm not gonna."
I was just going to ask that.
What?
One time, like a couple
Oh,
times,
right, I
that I've
pick up
called
and
you,
you
and you're
go,
like,
oh.
"Well, hi," and you're talking. I go, "Henriette." Oh, you're like, "Oh, okay, sorry, I'm hanging up."
And then you have to hang up.
That's so
right.
cute.
Yeah, I
I know.
saved them. I have most of them.
That's great.
They're very timely.
Oh, they're very
because it's
good.
whatever.
Oh, it's totally about what's going
All right,
on.
we're
Is
getting
our
the
time
we're
up?
getting the.
Oh my
we
God,
need
is
the
our
studio.
time up? Oh my
Henry,
God.
I have to say, this is one of my favorite Kill Me Now
Oh,
episodes.
stop it!
Is,
Oh,
Hen. It's
come on!
nothing like an
Why
old
don't you
friend.
have Bruce Springsteen on?
I am. He's coming on.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Done.
Wow.
I'll,
Yeah.
give
Oh,
him a
I'll make
call.
sure you
Bye.
don't come. You can come on again.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, we're not Mark Maron. We're
Yeah.
not too good for people twice or
He's
three
on
times.
his way
I have
out.
to say
White men in America on their way out.
It's
Sorry.
true.
Bye bye.
It's true.
Bye-bye.
You are unfuckable, and that's what I've wanted.
Is that what he says to people?
No, that's what
No,
they
that's
said
your
about
character
Wendy.
our character
That's
type.
what they said to Wendy Lee.
Yes, they called her an unfuckable
Who's
nerd.
they besides Mark?
I don't know who said it. It was on his podcast.
Probably any one of those dudes would totally fuck her if she gave them the time of day.
Well, they'd fuck anybody.
Exactly.
Right. I mean, Mark Maron? Oh, we.
Oh, Henriette, I just want to.
So Brett, did Brett ever date him?
No,
She never dated. But she dated Kenny.
Oh, this was your invitation to Brett. Oh, Kenny's got a halo on his head.
Oh, yeah, because she was married to Kenny,
Kenny.
and they had like a perfect relationship, and then they got divorced.
Laura
All right.
Keitlinger said that if everything that Brett said that Kenny said is true, Kenny's the next Eugene O'Neill.
Wow. He was an attorney. Henriette.
All right, we gotta go.
I can't thank you
Oh,
enough.
Thank you. This was so much fun. It really lightened up my life.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Yeah, like Debbie Boone.
You know, I don't know when this is airing. Do you know? Should I
few
can plug?
weeks.
Oh,
I'll be
good.
at 54 Below. Yes, I'm going to be at
Where's
54
that?
Below. It's like it's below.
You
the
should have
old
Mike
Studio
Sweeney
50.
on this show.
Oh, I would love that. And I'm doing a little cabaret thing and stand up. You have to come.
You know, I'm going to start doing stand up again.
Good.
At Randy Credico's show.
Okay, good.
Okay. I'm
All
going to
right.
go up and I'm going to do some jokes.
Okay.
Your
And
jokes.
you're very pretty.
I'm going to do your jokes.
Do
Nice.
it. Do my
All right.
answer. My mother's answering machine.
Okay.
message.
Yeah, I'll do that. Great.
Lauren, thank you for being here.
Thank you for
Lauren.
having me.
This is Kill Me Now. I don't know what else
can you
to
say?
fucking say. The only thing I can
think-
say right now
No, stay tuned
is
because next week Brett Butler will be on.
I just want to say to everyone out there, thank you for listening and so long.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
and everything was wonderful. I'll see you soon. Thank you for the visit. So long.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. You chose to hit play on this podcast today. Smart choice. Make another smart choice with Auto Quote Explorer to compare rates from multiple car insurance companies all at once. Try it at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.